Hi everyone, my name is Rakshit and I'm an avid traveler. Right from my childhood days, because my father was in a transferable job, I've traveled extensively across the country. So traveling, I think, is part of my DNA. And once I started working in the corporate sector, I just started traveling across the world. So over the past decade or so, I have traveled to about 25 countries spread across 4 continents. So travel is something that I've always been passionate about. And Sri Lanka, which this vlog is about, is my 25th international country that I've traveled to. I thought that I'll share my experiences with a wider audience. YouTube was a good medium to do that. You're going to find all the basics that you need to plan a 1-week itinerary. Be it your flights, be it your visa, be it your travel insurance, be it your currency exchange. The only thing that I have not captured here are the hotels, the 3 hotels that I stayed in Colombo and Hikkaduwa Beach, because that's going to be an entirely different video altogether. So that's a brief introduction about myself. Let's get on with the video. Hi friends, so the good news is that Sri Lanka has announced free visa to 35 international countries and India is one of them. And this is effective 1st October 2024 for a period of 6 months. The best time to travel to Sri Lanka is December to April. So the season time for Sri Lanka is coming up, and I think it's a great time for you to plan your Sri Lanka holiday. I traveled to Sri Lanka this year in March, and which is season time. And most days I did not find any rain, and the weather was beautiful. Weather plays a big role in determining your overall holiday experience, and that's why it is always better to travel at a time when there's not much rain. And I think December to April is the time that is the season for Sri Lanka. If you look at the flight options, I had traveled from Delhi. I had planned my trip just 1 week prior to my dates. So as a result, the flight turned out to be a little expensive. So in fact, the direct flight was costing me about 30,000, but I decided to take a connecting flight via Hyderabad, which costed me about 21,000. So if you're planning a last minute trip and you have time on your hands and you are okay for a stopover in Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai, then I think a connecting flight might turn out to be much cheaper and you end up saving a lot of money. If money is not a constraint, and or if you've got a good deal or booked your flight in advance, then from Delhi you should be able to get a flight for which is a direct flight for as low as 20,000 rupees. So the average range, if you look at various cities, a flight from Delhi to Colombo on an average ranges between 20 to 30,000. The flights from Bangalore and Hyderabad range between 20 to 25,000, and the flight from Chennai is the cheapest, and you can get a flight which is as low as 14-15,000. Again, the prices here vary between 14 to 20,000. So the earlier procedure of applying for an e-visa and for a travel card stands cancelled as of now. If you some of you have visited countries like Thailand where there's visa on arrival, Sri Lanka now offers that option, and there are certain pre-requirements, of course. So the first and the foremost requirement is that your passport needs to be valid at least for 6 months, and you need to show proof that you have ample resources and ample money. So you need to carry some currency to show at the immigration counter that you have adequate funds for your trip to Sri Lanka. You need to have a return flight to show that you are there in Sri Lanka for that particular period. And this will be a tourist visa, which is valid for 30 days, and that's the maximum amount of days that you can stay in Sri Lanka. So these are the basic requirements that you have for traveling to Sri Lanka now. So just book your return ticket and take your passport and go and create beautiful travel memories. So during my travels, I've usually experienced that carrying US dollars turns out to be quite effective because dollar is readily convertible across the world. So I was carrying some US dollars. I converted some dollars the moment I got out of the exit gate at the airport, and then I'd saved some dollars, which I thought I'll convert with a money exchanger once I reach my hotel. If I compare the rates, I've already covered the banks and the rates provided by all the banks were the same at the exit. I already covered that in the video earlier. But in my experience, I found rates at the exit to be more competitive as compared to money change. Now, if you run out of currency while you're in Sri Lanka, try and estimate the cash you will require for that any number of days. There are, of course, prepaid forex cards. There are credit cards which offer low markup and all. So that's, I think, a different video altogether. But try and assess your requirements for the remaining days in case you finish your cash, and accordingly withdraw that amount in one go from the ATM. And last but not the least is travel insurance. Although you might be able to get through immigration even without a travel insurance, but it's always advisable to buy travel insurance before, especially for international journeys. And there are plenty of options. So you can just do a online search, and you'll be able to see plenty of options for travel insurance depending on the length of the stay, the number of members who are going, and the assessment of health requirements that you might have in case of a contingency. You can purchase travel insurance for peace of mind.